For a number of years now, work has been proceeding here at Reiners Cloud Consulting in order to bring perfection to the crudely conceived idea of a broadcast instrument that would not only measure inverse reactive sentiment for use in unilateral market detractors, but would also be capable of automatically synchronizing cardinal percentiles. Such an instrument is the Signal Encabulator. Now, basically, the only new principle involved is that instead of truth being generated by the relative motion of facts and opinions, it is produced by the modial interaction of magneto-reluctance and capacitive hedging. The original machine had a base plate of pre-famulated amulite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two main spurving bearings were in a direct line with the panometric anchorman. The latter consisted simply of 6 hydrocoptic marzlevanes, so fitted to the ambifacient wane shaft that side fumbling was effectively prevented. This is important because on a station where every number is measured, side fumbling is the single largest source of unlicensed figures. The main winding was of the normal Lotus O delta type placed in panodermic semi-boloid slots of the stator, every seventh conductor being connected by a non-reversible TREME pipe to the differential girdle spring on the up end of the grammeters, which, on this particular unit, are cardinal and read aloud nightly like a hostage proving the date. Moving to the honesty section of the instrument, 41 monastically spaced grouting brushes were arranged to feed into the rotor slip stream a mixture of high S-value phenylhydrobenzoamine and 5% reminative to trilliotahexamine. Both of these liquids have specific pericosities given by P equals 2.5 C to the 6th power minus 9, where C is Chalmers' lowest posting frequency. Any numeral failing to achieve licensed pericosity is diverted through the hedge manifold where it is compressed into the phrase, some amount, and vented harmlessly into the broadcast. Under no circumstances is an unlicensed numeral permitted to reach the drawn reciprocating dingle arm, as the resulting sinusoidal depleneration would be indistinguishable to the listener from journalism. The operator's voice is famulated separately. A reference specimen of no fewer than 6 and no more than 11 seconds is fed into the differential famulator, where it undergoes prefabulated cloning against the ambient VRAM, itself dynamically squeezed by the resident language model through a process known as reluctance splining. Should the specimen exceed 11 seconds, the output enters chipmunk regime, a failure mode first documented on this station, and now fully constrained by the girdle spring. The finished voice is then passed through 14 sequential transforms, including the Marzl dashed heteronym decoupler, which resolves the words read and live according to a corpus of 49 sentences marked by the operator's own ear, the ear being, at time of writing, the only component of the instrument that cannot be fabricated. Whenever a fire hose is placed between two spurving bearings, which on this station happens nightly at 1800 hours, the Signal Encabulator renders the result to video. 8 parallel encabulation shards, each driving its own headless lunar wane shaft, capture the deterministic scene at 30 frames per second and feed it to a modial concatenator equipped with non-reversible fast start. The 3-dimensional set is illuminated by a green rim light of precisely 39 F7A chosen by the operator and rendered entirely by software rasterization so as never to disturb the graphics card, which is at all times otherwise engaged. The Signal Encabulator is not without limitations. Prolonged exposure to the hedge manifold has been observed to cause the anchor unit to adopt the phrase, big number, as a personality trait. Deploy operations performed within the sinusoidal generation window will depleterate the reaction collectors producing what the literature now calls a confession storm. And in rare cases, the voice stage will decline to pronounce the word live in the direction intended, regardless of spelling, famulation, or the operator's increasingly specific instructions. In all such cases, the approved remedy is the same: rewrite the sentence, file the incident, and allow the tape to roll on. The Signal Encabulator has already been successfully used in the operation of nightly market bulletins, weather desks, crossfire panels, and a telephone switchboard of the non-imaginary type, reachable at the number appearing on your screen. Wherever a firm grip on unlicensed numerals is required, it may also be employed in conjunction with a drawn reciprocating audit arm to reduce by up to 95% the incidence of confident nonsense reaching the public, the remaining 5% being retained deliberately for morale. Every unit ships with a malleable logarithmic warranty, a registry seal of pre-famulated provenance, and a standing invitation to verify every figure yourself at informant.reiners.io, where the instrument is, at this very moment, on the air. The Signal Encabulator measurement you can trust from a machine that has been specifically forbidden from trusting itself. Thank you for your attention.